Hi, welcome to my channel, Rohit Speaks. And in today's video, I'm just going to go an overview about how to maintain a good bone health. And I believe everybody knows as you age, your bone kind of gets eroded, your calcium go down, and that's when you also basically your skeleton is not supporting your body, and that's why you start arching and you feel weak. So how can you prolong that? How can you maintain it much better for a longer period of time that you don't arch and you don't feel weak in your bones and your health? So um, how to keep them strong. So, I mean, there is here 6 points given to you. I mean, definitely boost your calcium intake. Bone or your bone is made up of calcium and several other minerals, but calcium being the most is required for maintaining good bone health. Make sure you get plenty of sunlight in the areas you don't have sunlight. Try to supplement that with vitamin D. Uh, Avoid excess salt, and I'll go through it why to avoid excess salt. Make sure you get enough exercise so your bone is used to your muscle strength and everything. Try to avoid coffee, or sorry, not coffee, but drink less caffeine, less smoking, and say no to soda. Again, soda because it has amounts of sodium in it. So it all ties up to salt or sodium. Basically, lower your sodium intake. Caffeine is fine, 100 mgs or 300 mgs a day, but not more than that. And anything excess is always an issue by general rule of thumb. And as here is a small cheat sheet, what you need to maintain good bone health is um, let me get the is calcium, vitamin D, as I said. Magnesium is pretty good for your maintaining bone health and your muscle strength. Vitamin K, which is in your leafy vegetables. Boron and strontium are the two small elements which are required, but again, you can get it in your diet if you have a nice seafood diet and beans, if you consume a good amount of beans. But I'll go over the diet in few slides. But going to what is required in calcium. So calcium, when you eat in your body, it's regulated by an enzyme, or not enzyme, I would say hormone released by your thyroid gland called calcitonin. It basically reduces the calcium in the blood and puts them into your organs, inhibit calcium reabsorption. So basically, it in your intestines is which is going through to your excreta. So it avoids any extra calcium getting out of your body. And so the calcitonin is required. It promotes the deposition into your bones, and it inhibits calcium reabsorption by kidney because it will be filtered through your urine. So calcitonin is an important hormone which regulates calcium levels in your body. So if you're having a normal diet, and if you're having everything normal as I mentioned before, but still you're having issues with calcium, then mostly the C cells of thyroid gland or calcitonin might be an issue, which your doctors will check for your calcitonin levels in your blood or in your thyroid hormone levels. They will check and see if that is one of the issues. Uh, but if you maintain a regular diet and of calcium and other minerals, which is vitamin K and D, and exercise, and you have no issues with calcium, you should basically promote a really nice, good bone health. Now, coming back to why salt is an issue. So if you have a high salt diet, what happens in kidney is the excess sodium has to be removed. And with the sodium, whatever calcium is, so calcitonin has to avoid release of calcium from kidneys. But when you have too much of sodium, basically sodium is being filtered out. Along with that, now it will also pull the calcium away from your urine or from your kidney, and it will go into urine. And that is also one of the reasons where you can get kidney stones, because if calcium oxalate, stones become crystals and becomes the stone in your kidney. So if you have high sodium diet, that sodium has to be filtered. And while filtering, calcitonin is no longer going to be effective. It's going to start filtering out your calcium as well. So your blood levels of calcium will go down, which basically other organs and bones cannot take it. And as a result, you will have low calcium deposition in your bones. So hence people who have high salt diet, who eats all this processed food, and if they don't exercise and they don't have right amount of everything, you will see their bones kind of getting eroded and getting into arthritis very quickly, inflammation, and all sorts of disease. So avoiding salt, or note to know how much salt you consume, is very important. 200 and so 2.3 grams or 2300 milligrams a day is at a normal intake. Anything above that is getting too much sodium. Basically, you're filtering out a lot of issues, a lot of nutrients through your kidney, because sodium has to be removed. Along with that, all of them, they go along with the ride. So be careful with that. The next is how much do you need? The rule of thumb is a gram a day is required by an adult. For females, if they go after their menopause, they need 1200 to 1500 grams a day, 1200 to 1500 milligrams, or 1.2 to 1.5 grams a day because of the excess calcium being removed by the hormonal system. So here is the daily limit which is required by a human to maintain a nice bone health. Now to the diet. Here it is given your daily percent value, so you have to reach 100%. Okay. So which of this among vegetables, proteins, in your nuts and seeds and your fruits? And you can see hemp milk has like highest amount of calcium. If you drink a cup, you got like 50% of your daily need. Here, if you look at proteins, I mean, you can see they not mention milk because milk has calcium, but not the way you think it has enough. Also, along with that, you're consuming a bunch of sugar. So you need to know where to get the right amount of calcium. So this is a small cheat sheet for you guys to figure out what you can eat. I would recommend eating sesame seeds because they have the good amount of calcium and you can eat a little bit and you still get protein and calcium from it. Those are the very nice, cheap, and easy source for calcium and protein, according to me. After that, leafy vegetables, some orange juice, and less sodium, perfect, or less salt. Again, here it's given more examples of the food, so it's up to you where you want to get your diet, but make sure you have this in your mind and try to eat what you could. But in short, remember sesame seeds, orange, any nuts mostly given here. And in proteins, if you have a nice seafood diet, you'll be good. And in green leafy vegetables, if you have spinach, you have kale, broccoli, carrots, green beans, they're perfect. So try to have that in your diet and less sodium, or don't take too much salt. Most of the food don't need so much salt. And try to consume a little bit less, and you will have a nice bone health throughout your life. So with that, I'll switch off this video and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.